I like to put the glue in on the boot and then push the strip out so that it can minimize the dirtiness, basically, like the messiness of the glue. And then slowly mold it. If you do have any strands, don't forget you can use your heat gun and kind of melt those away. And just do it like that. And it leaves a nice clean edge so that it's not sloppy. So we're gonna repeat the same process here. I'm gonna go in, and I like to do both of them at the same time because it gives me such a clean, precise line that I don't have to worry about it too much. Okay, same thing. We're gonna go through, we're gonna press this down like this. And I personally need to work fast because my fan is going full speed. But if you have your fan off, you can go a little slower. But I have my fan on super high. So it kind of cooled down the glue a little bit too fast here. Just gonna go in and push that down, clean off the excess. Again, use your glass mat to your advantage because everything that you touch with the glass mat, or everything the glass mat touches, it's going to clean it up really, really nice. So you're not gonna have a lot of the ugliness showing. Okay, so here I'm gonna add some glue. You don't have to add a lot, just enough to get it going for you. Here you do want to have as precise as a line as you can to create a nice secure base. And what you want to do too is fold. Make a fold so it's easier for you to manipulate around the boot. Here I'm pinching it like this, right at the heel. And it's...
I broke it.
You broke it? Tell Daddy to fix it. So you're gonna go through and you're gonna repeat the same process, but now you have a fold, so it'll be a little bit easier for you. So here we go. Go in and fold. Just like that. And now we're gonna fold out. And you're gonna follow the line of the little teeth here, the little flaps that you have. You're gonna follow that line to make your folds. It's gonna make it so much easier for you. So once you fold it, you make sure to bring those little flaps back in like this. Okay, and we repeat the process with the glue all the way. And follow your line here. And this is the same thing that I do with my 3D letters, anything that has this kind of cut, anything that has this kind of folds and these little flaps, that's what you're gonna do. There we go. Make sure it's nice and stiff here. If you do have any sections that are kind of like this, just trim them. It's just the glue I'm trimming. I'm not trimming any of the paper. I'm trimming some of the little excess glue. I'm not getting too technical, just the big chunks, because you don't want to get too technical because you can just do a heat gun and clean up any of these little strings. Okay, so right now we have half of it done, and it's pretty clean on the inside, if you can see. And now I'm just gonna attach this here. You want to keep all the ugliness inside, so I always glue it like this. Inside, add the glue and match it up. That's just in case I have any issues with it, or like something comes out ugly looking. It's not too big of a deal because it's already glued. Okay, make sure you hold it in place, let that glue settle, and we are gonna repeat the process. This is a lot more curves than the other side, so it's gonna go by a little bit faster. So here we're gonna just curve it here and then attach, just like that. Okay, remember, whatever we do to one side, we repeat to the other. You don't want to have too big of a strand or like a line of glue, but you want to have enough to where the little teeth can grab on with no issues. Like here, I'm going a little bit too slow for my fan speed. Again, if your fan is not on, you shouldn't have this problem. But it's hot here, so I left it on. And again, we're gonna do the same thing to the other side. Run a line all the way through. And push, and push. Just like this. Okay, you can see a little string there. Nothing crazy. I am using some textured basil paper, just as a heads up. The more you do it, the easier it gets and the cleaner it looks. So your first ones will start off looking a little funky, a little messy, but as you get the practice in and you understand the curves of the boot, the faster it'll be for you. So don't get discouraged if your first one comes out a little wonky. It's all part of the process, part of the learning process. Again, I'm using my glass mat to give me some support so I can push down on it and get it all nice and set there. Okay, and then here you can either leave it as is and make it into a piñata. I would just like fold it in, crease all those lines, you know, go through, crease it. To create that curve. You could go through with like a cake topper stick and fold it, but I feel like it needs a little bit more structure than just like a curve because of the little pleats that it has. So you can go through. If you were doing the piñata like this one, that's what I did. I just curved it and then put the flap in, and basically you just go through, make sure all the little stuff is in here. If you do the piñata version of it, it's easier to hide any imperfections. So just as a heads up, if you're not sure, if you don't like it too much, that's the perfect way to hide the imperfections. And then you would be done here. Fold it in and have your little piñata base. However, for this one, I kind of want to make it into a little boot purse, if you will, I guess, a little bag. So I'm trimming that part off. I'm going to be using my leftover scrap from from the little piñata strip. Okay, nothing too crazy. I am going to go through and cut it. You just make sure everything's lined up here. I'm going to use a little rotary cutter that I have. You can use your X-Acto knife too. I'm just going to have this because this is what I have on hand. You can do this, cut the strip off with your machine, or you can kind of just eyeball it like I'm doing now. Okay. We're gonna line it up here as close as possible like that, and cut. Same thing, line it up as close as possible and cut. So I think it gives it a nice little look. And then we're just gonna throw away the extra little pieces here. And then I'm gonna trim this off right about here. We're gonna add blue here. Okay. And glue it down. I'm gonna use this to give it a little reinforcement. And so I don't burn my fingers. Just like that. We're going to repeat the same process here. Just like this. Okay. There we go. Now we have like a little baggie. And now we're going to add this portion to it. I would definitely use brown foamies to camouflage it just a little bit. For the sake of the video process and learning process, I'm going to use white so you can see exactly where it's going. Remember, this is what we're recreating. And it's all nice and pretty. I use texture cardstock here, the basil texture cardstock, and then some craft paper here. And there we go. There you have it, a cute little baggie. We have the piñata version. Both super cute straps, like a plain solid strap instead of this floral little look. For a boy party, like a little woody party or first rodeo party, anything like that would be super cute. The fringe, I'll have to do a separate video for that. For me, that was the easiest way that I learned how to make the fringe. That was easy for me and it worked for me. And if you do the piñata look here, I think it would be super cute because it would cover up any imperfections. And you would have a lot more little wiggle room with it. But that is it. That is the tutorial.